Welcome to the Great Mob Tournament, where I pit every mob capable of dealing damage against each other to see who will win. Excluding bosses, because they're a little overpowered. So place your bets and let's get started. First, to get our mob count to an even 32, we have to do an elimination round. Here's the mobs that will be competing, and let's begin. First, we have Magma Cube versus Stray, which was a quick win for the Stray. Next, we have Wither Skeleton versus Panda, and despite its best efforts, the Panda lost. Next, we have Piglin versus Phantom, and the Phantom hit the Piglin once and then flew away and refused to cooperate, meaning the Piglin wins. I can't imagine anyone was rooting for the Phantom anyway. Then we have Ravager versus Pillager, which was an easy win for the Ravager. Then we have Vindicator versus Shulker, which the Vindicator managed to win. Next up, with two of the most annoying mobs in the game being Vex and Silverfish, the Vex was able to win easily. After that, we have Piglin Brute versus Zoglin, which was a struggle, but the Piglin Brute won. Then we have Witch versus Polar Bear, which was a difficult fight, but the Polar Bear managed to win. Then we have Wolf versus Pufferfish, which the Wolf won easily. And to end the elimination round, we have Zombie versus Slime, where the Zombie just bullied the Slime. Now we have the official list of the top 32 mobs, so we can begin with... Round 1 starts off with a very easy win for the Iron Golem. Then, after a decent amount of struggle, the Hoglin manages to beat the Blaze. In our third matchup, the Axolotl puts up no fight and allows the Dolphin to win easily. Then the Creeper blows up the Cave Spider, which counts as a win for the Creeper. Then two more annoying mobs fight, being the Drowned and Endermite, and the Drowned manages to win. Next, the Llama tries its best, but the Evoker wins easily. The Fox also puts up a fight, but can't fly, so the Ghast wins. The Enderman easily beats the Goat. And the Guardian puts up no fight against the Husk, except for its thorns, allowing the Husk to win. And the Zombie Pigman easily manages to beat the Zombie Villager. The Skeleton can't hit any of its shots on the Spider, giving a win to the Spider. Next, the Husk surprisingly manages to hold the Wither Skeleton back and win. But the Piglin's not so lucky and the Ravager wins easily. But not as easily as the Vindicator manages to beat the Vex. Despite the Polar Bear's best efforts, it lost to the Piglin Brute. And we end off round 1 with a devastating performance from the Wolf, giving the Zombie the win. Now we're down to 16 mobs, as you can see here, which means it's time for... Round 2 starts off with an easy win for the Iron Golem, followed by another win for the Creeper. The Drowned manages to dodge some of the Evoker's attacks, but eventually loses. The Enderman and Ghast both run away, but after forcing them together, the Enderman wins. Then the Zombie Pigman beats the Husk easily. The Stray doesn't fall to the same fate as the actual skeleton and manages to beat the Spider. And the Ravager easily beats the Vindicator. Just as easily as the Piglin Brute beats the Zombie. To end off round 2. Here are the 8 contestants left at the start of... And we start off with Iron Golem versus Creeper, where the Iron Golem is able to beat the Creeper before it even blows up. Next is Enderman versus Evoker, where after getting distracted by the Vexes, the Enderman lost. And although the Stray has been on a good streak, it wasn't able to beat the Zombie Pigman. And after the Piglin Brute's best efforts, it lost to the Ravager. So now we're down to only 2 matches, being Iron Golem versus Evoker and Zombie Pigman versus Ravager. So get ready for... In our first match, the Iron Golem gets a little distracted by the Vexes, but in the end it locks in and defeats the Evoker. And in the second match, the Ravager very easily beats the Zombie Pigman. Which means it's now time for our final match between the Iron Golem and the Ravager. I personally have $40 on the line here, so I'm hoping I win. The final match begins in 3, 2, 1. The Iron Golem's taking a lot of damage, but it's also giving a lot of good hits. Oh, and in the end, the Ravager loses. I know a lot of people are going to lose money on that one. That was an intense match. Let's see what our winner has to say. Cool. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you did. And either way, that's all for me.